In this demonstration, I'm going to restore the company file to its previous state prior to the 12 p.m. update. So that would be a 12/2 backup, early morning backup, let's see, here we go, 3 a.m. backup. And the reason why I'm doing this is to demonstrate the purchase order insert and update process in its entirety. Now that we have the data restored, I'm going to go into Memorize Reports and bring up the dashboard audit report. I'm just going to change it so we can see the font a little bit clearer on the screen and add all 3 transactions that are relevant to the update process. I'm going to speed through this setup. Here I'm just going to memorize the report, replace it, and sort the report by the audit date. And the reason why that's important is because it's nice to see the transactions import and appear at the top of the report. Now I'm going to go ahead and start the dashboard, import the Cycolution data for 12/2, sort it by the current company, which is GreenPath West, leaving the look back date at 9/9/2013, and the look back date is basically queries the last 90 days in the QuickBooks file, so you're not bringing in the entire data file. It's kind of slowing things down. Okay, let this sort. As you can see, there's 223 records that need to be inserted and updated. So here's the imported order data from the Cycolutions reports. So just a quick look at that. So next here, we're going to go ahead and process the item and vendor exception reports, and this is going to basically exclude any items that are in the report data that are not in QuickBooks. As you can see, this is happening in real time, so our exception reports will be just a second here. There's the exception report. We're not going to worry about this right now. Just close that out. Those are not going to be included in any of the queries. Expanding this window so we can see what's happening on the PO insert file. Right now it's going to query the PO insert data for our review, should we choose to do that. So right now, we're just going to push this out of the way. There's 72 records, and I'm going to process it just by hitting the insert button, hitting OK, and we could see the information being processed. Now you'll notice it in the audit report that you have 0 amounts. That's because these are just the header records being imported, or inserted I should say. It's during the update that the details are included in the header records, and that'll take place here in just a second. You see the lines going through, and the number, which is the reference index number, and the vendor name. So after a few seconds here, 72 records have been inserted. So hit OK, let it refresh to confirm that we have emptied the Cycolution data into QuickBooks. Our next step is to process the updates, and we'll go ahead and just hit the update button, query the update file, and this is going to compare the information that we just imported as header records against the detail in Cycolutions. So what we have here is a update query. It's 98 records, and I'm just going to blow that up so you can see the information. So minimize that, push this out of the way, go ahead and hit the insert button and hit OK. That's just the little icon there. Is the icon with the blue eye on it just gives you information of each process and each step. Quick description of what it does. Here you can see the update happening. And a little bit about this status window. It's designed here to be able to tell you what is going on in the program. So right now, as you can see, line number 1, you have a reference number there, is comprised of the inbound order number and a line number. So DRM Waste Management has one item on their purchase order number 1304148. You look at US Plastics right below it, you can see there's 2, 3, 4 line items on purchase order or inbound order 1304169. So you notice now here in the audit report that the detailed line items are being filled in, and that's evident through the pricing for the item line coming in there. Now that pricing is coming from the QuickBooks inventory file, where the cost amount is located in the inventory maintenance file. Some are populated with a cost, some are not, like Global PET. On that particular item, it's marked settled, and in the QuickBooks inventory maintenance file, there's a cost amount of 0. So, which really needs to be looked at. So, as this is processing, you can see it takes just a little bit longer to process the detail than it does the header records. So as it continues on, I'll talk a little bit about this audit report. The audit report is designed to be able to show the header information, as we see right here, and the detail information if you expand it. Now the detail information will actually show you the line items of each purchase order. But because we have the purchase order, the item receipt, and the bill combined on this one report, you can only see the detail line for one transaction type. Like for purchase order, you can see the item line detail, same for the receipts. So I won't get too much further into that, but it's an informational report during the import process, and it's a good tool to use to see what has happened during the update of the company file. Now there is a report up there called the X-Line Data Report, and that report will show you in comprehension the differences between QuickBooks data and Cyclutions data. I'll show that in a different demo. For right now, we're almost done with this update, so we'll let this go ahead and run its course. Okay, it's completed here, 98 records updated in the QuickBooks. Hit OK, it's going to refresh and confirm that we actually have dumped all 98 updates. So let this refresh. And the purchase order update data sheet is empty. As you can see, the entire process took a little under 7 minutes to import about 98 transactions. Well, that concludes this demo, and we'll address some of these other issues in other demos. Thanks for watching.